I'm here at the Norfolk Broads, a place that looks like a natural wonder, but it isn't. This sprawling network of rivers, lakes and marshes wasn't formed by nature, but by people. It's a flooded medieval landscape, the result of peat digging over 1,000 years ago. Over time, these excavations filled with water, and what was once an industrial site became one of the UK's most unique ecosystems. Today, the Broads are an enormous leisure and tourism hotspot, attracting around 8.2 million visitors a year in pre-pandemic times. Even after a dip in 2020, numbers have largely rebounded, with 7.6 million visitors in 2022. It's not just a place for a quiet riverside walk. This is a major recreational hub with over 12,000 registered boats cruising through 200 kilometres of navigable waterways. But not every Broad is open to navigation. Out of the 63 Broads, only 13 can be fully accessed year-round, with a further 5 that are either partially navigable or navigable for part of the year. That's partly to protect the delicate ecosystems here, which are home to rare species like the swallowtail butterfly and the bittern, a bird so secretive that you'll probably hear its call before you see it. Tourism isn't just a side activity, it's an economic powerhouse for the region. The Broads contribute around 438 million annually to the local economy, with boating, holiday rentals and waterside pubs bringing in thousands of jobs. And the type of visitor has changed over time. In 2016, half of the visitors were couples, mostly aged over 45. 30% was families with young children, and 20% were groups of friends. But during and after the pandemic, the Broads saw a surge of first-time visitors and younger tourists, and more people sought out UK-based travel experiences. But with popularity comes challenges. More visitors means more pressure on the environment, more congestion on the rivers, and concerns over pollution from boats and tourism. There's also the issue of maintaining a delicate balance between conservation and accessibility. Rising sea levels threaten to push salt water into the Broads, potentially damaging its freshwater ecosystems. And while the Broads Authority, kind of like a national park service for this area, works to manage those issues, long-term solutions aren't straightforward. Despite the challenges, Norfolk Broads remain a remarkable place, where human history, industry and nature has collided to create something entirely unique. Whether you're here for a quiet paddle, a weekend cruise, or just to admire the scenery, there's nowhere else quite like it. And as long as the balance between tourism, conservation and sustainability can be maintained, the Broads continue to be a national treasure for generations to come. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and who knows, you may even enjoy these ones too.